Globalization, today's key word. The only rational view is to accept it as an emerging and powerful global reality which has a momentum of its own. Our job as an independent nation or state is to ensure that we maximize the advantage for our country and minimize the risks. As an outcome of rapid change in global and Indian scenario, there was a need for a shrinkage of distance among the people and the government due to technological changes in communication and closer integration of the entire system. Thus evolved a demand for e-governance.
The year 2002, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, or the Department of Company Affairs as it was then called, was faced with certain problems. The main problem was of providing regulatory services to nearly 750,000 corporate entities in the country.
Because of the number of companies and the size of the documents, there used to be truckloads of documents filed every year with the registrar.
Globalization, the international competitiveness, interest shown by a number of foreign companies in India did raise the level of expectations of the stakeholders.
Lot more number of companies being formed, and then there is a need to have a mechanism to take them into the incorporation to the liquidation phase.
The main business drivers were slow manual collection and verification process, unmanageable situation during peak filing season, information availability to stakeholders time-consuming and inaccurate. Payments were to be made in person, only cash or demand draft accepted, not even checks.
The interface between the government office and the public has been reduced to zero.
At the highest level, the Cabinet Secretary himself took a lot of meetings with secretaries, telling them to use IT in their working. For the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, this was it. It was MCA 21, which had to be implemented.
Previously, all the interaction between the corporates and the ministry used to be done in a very physical manner. And one of the key drivers was to change that from a physical model into a totally online interaction.
It is not a question of issuing some, bringing in certain machines, certain desktops, or bringing certain functionalities within the e-governance mode. Here it was thinking that the technology support being available, let us think of a service delivery, an outcome-focused project, and that's how MCA 21 came up.
Under this project, all the filings of more than 67 forms which are prescribed under the Companies Act has been made electronic.
Sometimes to file a return, especially on the last date or the day before, the queues used to go around the block 2 or 3 times. So all of that is now a thing of the past.
MCA 21 is a modernization and computerization program of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, envisaging electronic filing of company documents through a paperless process. Innovative e-governance initiative. Continuous repositioning of MCA through a service-oriented approach. Delivery of government services through technology enablement. Citizen or stakeholder-centric friendly service delivery.
The job of developing the project and helping to manage the bid process was given to the NISG.
We had a ministry which was extremely progressive. Administratively, it was managed very well. From a domain side, from the legislation side, we had fantastic people who were able to understand the changes which were required and were able to make it done.
The changes were enabled through public-private partnership, boot, build, own, operate and transfer model with total service and outcome orientation, service level agreements, project monitoring by external auditors or reviewers.
A lot of coordination which was required between the TCS and our own offices, what was the progress of scanning in the 20 offices all over India, whether they are ready for the scanning, are the scanning machines available, and is the space available for scanning. So there was a need to coordinate it. So we decided that we would have the boot operators, that is the Tata consultancies on one side of the table and the department on the other, and have to preside over the meeting.
The TCS is the operator and the ministry is the client, is the owner of the program. Both have worked together in a partnership mode to take it to the position where it is today.
What about the data which is already there, which has been there in the last, say, 40 years or 50 years? For this, we created a major digitization project by which 45 million pages of about 750,000 companies were scanned. All the data was meticulously taken by the ministry, the ROC officials, and our people sat together with them, indexed it, and then cleaned it, and then scanned it, verified it, and after verification uploaded into the central electronic repository.
So it sets the ball rolling that the PPP model is a viable model in which in procurement of equipment, services, delivery timelines, you have the benefits of the private sector coming in. And as the owner of the project, you are in a position to drive the project to deliver what it is intended to deliver.
The challenges faced and surmounted. Pioneering first of its kind project with no references or templates. Short time span for implementation. Change management of the ministry employees or stakeholders. Absence of strong end user organization or body.
A lot of people felt a little resentful. They said, that means you're going to lay off us. We said, no, you're not. We're going to redeploy you in some other capacity.
Since this had been done by investing the time and effort required, therefore the implementation happened very quickly. And in fact, the entire implementation was completed in 77 weeks from start to finish.
Keeping all these factors in view, MCA 21 was conceived as a holistic end-to-end service delivery project.
We started on 1st March 2005. We rolled out in a pilot location on February 18th, 2006 in Coimbatore.
India's largest e-governance initiative was formally launched at ROC, Coimbatore.
And we incorporated a first company under the online process through MCA 21 within 1 hour.
So we were probably one of the first departments which completed the MCA 21 bang on time, with the Prime Minister inaugurating it.
Dr. Manmohan Singh, Honorable Prime Minister of India, along with Mr. Premchand Gupta, Honorable Minister, inaugurated the e-governance initiative under the National E-Governance Plan on the 18th of March 2006. The key features of MCA 21: anywhere, anytime e-filing, re-engineered forms adopted for e-filing, multiple payment options including electronic payments, digital signatures for authentication of documents, unique identification for companies and directors, migration of past paper records into the proposed electronic storage, electronic workflow-driven, paperless back office in MCA.
Carry out a project of this scale and size and bring in a certain degree of professionalism and reliability in the services. It was also necessary to put out very clearly what were the technical requirements, what were the architectural details had to be specified so that there could be a fair and transparent selection process as well.
The goals set were ensuring speed and certainty in service fulfillment, ease in conducting business, online availability of MCA on a 24/7, 365-day basis, enabled to offer efficient services to corporate, easy registration and verification of charges, effective compliance management and transparency, efficiency, accountability and effectiveness in service delivery.
Now it is possible for anybody in any corner of the country to file his application through internet.
All the payments which are to be made for payment of various fee for filing these forms are accepted in an electronic mode, either through the credit card or through e-banking, and for those who don't have the credit card, an electronic challan payment method has also been given, and you can do the filings 24/7 from any location within the country or even outside the country.
Because of MCA 21, what used to earlier take several days can now be reduced to a few minutes. We can allot names to companies, to the new companies, and we can incorporate them within a day.
So registration of company or filing of returns or any follow-up action and viewing the status or viewing the documents has become very easy, and it is on the click of a button.
When it was introduced several years ago, there was a big resentment amongst the professionals that how they will work and how it will be managed. But today we all think that how we were living without it. Everything has become so convenient. Sitting in our office in India or our clients sitting anywhere in the world can access the information regarding their companies or other companies as well, just on the click of a button.
The special features of MCA 21 were robust, open, scalable and interoperable standards, international standards of security, MCA gateway for access, security and governance.
The staff feels fearless now because we know that whatever documents we have approved, whatever documents we have signed cannot be tampered with.
We don't have anything to be done manually. Everything is stored in our portals, so we are feeling quite comfortable.
And the working environment has also been changed. Previously we were working in sort of old type of dingy offices. Now we have clean offices. We have good look offices. We are working on computers. So this altogether changes the mindset of the employees.
With MCA coming in, there has been a sea change in the way companies are administered. There is a complete entry of transparency.
This is www.mca.gov.in. Now there is a link download eForm, from where we can download eForms. The list of various eForms are provided.
But people, analysts and stakeholders can actually see what is happening. They can draw their own conclusions. And when the country gets rated by international financial institutions, it is based on facts and not on perceptions as it was done in the past. Today, if you want to get companies to promote themselves, if you want to encourage entrepreneurs, it's important for the government, as it was never before, to sustain the industry, to bring in funds to arrest the flight of capital, and that's where programs like MCA come in, and that's why we score internationally by bringing in best practices that are globally benchmarked.
Let's have a best kind of a project in the sphere of e-governance by taking up this MCA 21 project, which is a mission mode project and is the first project to be successful and operationally launched.
The first phase has been completed. Now we are towards the next generation MCA 21.
Story of the journey of the MCA, and as they say, every success also leads to a fresh challenge.
Miles were covered, overcoming challenges and achieving efficiencies. But there are yet a few more challenges to be met. MCA 21 has succeeded in providing its skill to compete with others around the world. Discover MCA 21 to its surprise.